It's 5 minutes till noon. Our member comment is slated for noon. We're okay to go into that a little early?
Yeah.
All right. What I would like to do is go into the member comment section of the meeting. There's been some, with my taking over the helm of chair of this board, we're going to clarify some things. That's because historically, there's been at least one member that sees this as an opportunity to have free range and make comments that go into a personal attack mode, and I don't appreciate that. And I say that on behalf of myself as well as the other board members, past and present. I don't think it's appropriate. The whole member comment section of the meeting is something that's not required by state law, by bylaws, by anything. It is totally discretional. So discretionary, we do not have to have it. And be clear about that. That being said, on the sign-up sheet that everybody that's registered to speak, there's verbiage on there. And it would go on to say that every PEC member may attend the meetings of PEC Board of Directors. Individual member comment made during the business sessions of the board meeting is not a legal requirement, but a privilege allowed at the sole discretion of the board. PEC is a private cooperative corporation, and its official board meetings are conducted so that the member-elected board members can devote their time and attention to handling the crucial business and affairs of the company. Board members cannot be unduly distracted from their legal duties in this regard. The board welcomes all input that benefits cooperative service to its members. Under the PEC's adopted decorum policy, PEC members wishing to speak at the board or committee meetings must register to do so, may not share their allotted time with other speakers, and may be granted additional time by the presiding officer or by a majority vote of the board. All verbal member comments from the podium during a board meeting must stay within the requirements of the appropriate decorum policy. And as such, the speakers during the member comment portion of the meeting must stay within a 3-minute time allowance, must speak on matters that relate directly to a matter on the published agenda for the meeting, and must stay within the bounds of appropriate personal conduct and respect for others as deemed by the board president. Additionally, the decorum policy bars disruption by attendees and does not allow for the display of placards, bumper stickers, signs, or other advocacy material within the meeting premises. At any time, individual comments violate these simple requirements, the microphone will be muted, the audio-video recording will be suspended, and you'll be asked to leave the podium. The board expects compliance with these guidelines and decorum policy. So, that all being said, we have the list of...
Mr. President, could I just my own edification from what you read? That is something that's been intact for some time. I guess I never read the whole thing.
No, this has been modified recently as far as some of the verbiage that was on the sign-up form.
Well, shouldn't the entire board have participated in that modification?
Not necessarily. This clarifies positions that the outside general counsel has researched, and it just clarifies the decorum policy. I don't have the old to compare with the new, but what it does is simply delineate the ground rules of member comments.
Did I understand you correctly saying that members commenting at these meetings is discretionary? That's to this board. The board can stop that?
Outside general counsel, could you address that?
Yes, members have a right to attend the meeting, but speaking at a meeting is clearly it's not a right. It is based on the sole discretion of the board. Much of the policy has already been in place, and it was on our website and has been published otherwise. There have been a few minor changes to it, but it's largely been the policy that's been published, hasn't always been followed, been published.
Well, I was catching some things that was kind of news to me, so I just thought I'd ask. Sorry.
Sure, I understand that. And, don't get me wrong, I very much welcome, member comments. I like a customer service environment, I do. However, that has been abused in the past, and I just want to set the record straight. These are the rules that apply. And I want to move forward in a positive way, but if someone wants to deviate from those rules, there is an appropriate remedy in place. Okay? First on the agenda would be, or not the agenda, but first on the sign-up list would be member Ernest Altgelt.
My name is Ernest Altgelt. Along with my wife, Ingrid, we've been members since 1997. Your new sign-up sheet and announcement today unilaterally is contrary to law, and Mr. Richards will tell you you need to vote on that if you want to change the rules. There's been a policy in this board forever before the annual meeting even this year where you didn't want member comments so bad that you delegated them until after the prize has been given out. 7 people.
Mr. Alta, I would warn you that you're not speaking to an item that's on the agenda.
No, I'm trying to, yes, I'm speaking on what you talked about earlier, that you used your time, and I wish you were limited to 3 minutes. Now, let's just talk about, and Ms. Spitaki and you were at Burnett County before Judge Stubbs.
All right. I'm sorry, we've muted the microphone. You've deviated from what is on the agenda. The rules
No,
are in
I
place.
signed-
And I would
I
ask
signed
that
up your
you
sheet.
remove yourself from the podium.
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's unacceptable.
Okay, I would really ask, I don't want this to be a scene. We clearly lined it, gave the ground rules. You signed up on the sheet that had the ground rules.
And what did the ground rules say for the items I was going to talk to?
There's nothing on the agenda that you're talking about.
It says agenda
And
item
I'm sorry
what?
that this situation has
It gives
arrived.
the 2 agenda item numbers. Does it not?
No. I would ask outside general counsel to interpret this.
It says agenda item 1 and something else, I believe.
Counsel, may I ask a question? Mr. President?
This is not debatable. My position, which I was elected to by the fellow board members, was to run this meeting. We've established the rules, the guidelines and the rules.
The guide rules say you're supposed to poll the other members. Does it not?
No,
Did you not, I just read it.
no, that's on the extension of time.
I don't believe it. Just do
If
that.
there's a majority vote to extend the 3-minute timeline, then that's there.
Well, let's just do that.
You're talking about a director and timelines with the judicial officer in the state judiciary.
I was really
district,
stating the
and
fact
that
that
has
you,
nothing to do
Mr.
with
Pataki, were
what is
there.
on the agenda. So, again, the audio and video has been muted. We did exactly what the rules said was gonna happen.
I don't believe so. Anyway, I tell you, your rules, you unilaterally used, didn't get a board vote to enact your new policy, Mr. President.
My charge is to run this meeting, and I'm asking you to remove yourself from the voting.
I want to use my 3 minutes.
We have a security person in place, and I'd ask him to
Can we
remove.
film it?
Sure, of course.
Next on the speaker list would be Mayor Dickie Allen from Bertram.
Taser me. Taser me. Come on, do it. Become another famous police officer in Texas.
Yeah, I can do that.
Let's do it. Let's just do it.
Let's come on. Okay, it's interfering with the public meeting.
I'm not interfering. I really want to use 3 minutes at a time.
Okay, well, he's not wanting you to do that.
But he's got to pull the rest of the board.
Okay, well, you can take that up a little later, but you're not going to take it up right now.
Okay, next on the list of registered speakers would be Mayor Dickie Allen.
Why don't you arrest me? Why don't you arrest me? Put me in handcuffs.
Okay, I'll give us a moment to make sure everything is resumed from an audio standpoint. Will you please bear with us?
Yes, my name is Dickie Allen, and I'm the mayor of Berkeley,
For a
Texas.
public meeting, officer.